Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. So in the last class, if you see, we discussed the questions based on the surmounting, in the sense one placed on the other. So as we already discussed that this is an important model for the case study based questions. So in today's class, we will discuss questions based on the inscribing. Inscribing in the sense one, like rectangle is inscribed in an ellipse, or isosceles triangle is inscribed in an ellipse, or a cone is inscribed in a cylinder, or a cone inscribed in a sphere. This type of questions we will discuss. So as of now, we will discuss in today's class about the inscription in the ellipse. So we are going to discuss about in an ellipse, if a rectangle is inscribed, how the area will be maximum and what will be the area. Similarly, in an ellipse, if we inscribe an isosceles triangle, how the area will be. So let us discuss these concepts in today's class. Okay, so let's get started now. So see this question. Find the maximum area of find the area of the greatest rectangle. Find the area of greatest rectangle inscribed in ellipse. Inscribed in ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. You see the word here, they used the word that area of a greatest rectangle. So area of a greatest rectangle, this itself is giving you indication that area of rectangle is the required function and that has to be maximum, because the word greatest is synonym of the maximum, right? So that means you have to first find the area of the rectangle and then you have to look for it is maximum or not for this given ellipse. So the simplest method that you can adopt here is, if you remember, any point on the circumference of ellipse will follow this pattern. X is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to b sin theta. This we discussed, we might have learned in our class level itself. These are called as a parametric equation of the ellipse. So that means any equation of ellipse will always be in the form of x is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to b sin theta. So what is it indicates here? The theta is nothing but the angle in the Q1. So that means if I have an ellipse like this. Okay, so this is the ellipse and this is the major axis, x-axis is the major axis and y-axis is the minor axis. So like this, if I have a theta here, this point P, x comma y I will take, which is lying on the ellipse. So when it makes an angle theta here, x I can substitute a cos theta, y equal to b sin theta, because if you try to substitute here, you will be getting a square cos square theta by a square plus b square sin square theta by b square. A square, b square will get cancelled. You will get cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1. So that means when you try to move on this point, obviously what will happen, there will be a change in theta. When theta is changing, obviously the point also will change and you can be moving on the circumference of the ellipse. So better, whenever you are having the conic section based questions, especially circle, ellipse and the parabola, better try to adopt the procedure of taking the parametric equations into picture. Why? Because when you try to take the parametric equations, your calculation part will become simple, especially with the trigonometric functions. So let us see now how it will become easy for us. So if this is the ellipse for me, this is the major axis, this is the minor axis. They are talking about area of a greatest rectangle inscribed in the ellipse. So which means I am placing a rectangle inside the ellipse. So this is A, B, C and D. So just now we discussed that whatever point you are taking on the circumference of ellipse will always follow this parametric form. So this is in Q1. So this will be a cos theta comma b sin theta. This is in Q4. In Q4, x is positive, y is negative. So this is a cos theta comma minus b sin theta, and this a point is in Q3. That means minus a cos theta comma minus b sin theta, because in Q3 both x and y are negative. Similarly, this point is in Q2. X is negative and y is positive. Right? So now if you observe, all the vertices of a rectangle that is inscribed in the ellipse is in the form of a cos theta and b sin theta. Depends on the quadrant, there will be change in symbol. So now you see, area is our function. This is very clear that you will use the formula as an L into B. In this figure, AB is nothing but L, and you can take BC is nothing but breadth B. Okay. So here, if I just take this L here, distance between these 2 points, it will become 2a cos theta. Why? Because you can use distance formula, root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. These two are of same sign. So if you do the subtraction, it will get cancelled out and you will get 0. These two will become 2a cos theta. Whole square and square root will get cancelled. So you will get 2a cos theta. Similarly here BC, a cos theta is having same sign. So the length will become 2b sin theta. Now see, this can be further written as a, b, 2, and I will attach 2 with 1 sin theta and cos theta. We have 2 2's here, right? In these 2 2's, 1 2 I will attach with sin theta cos theta. So this 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but the sin 2 theta. So I will be getting my final answer as in 2ab sin 2 theta. Okay. So now a is equal to 2ab sin 2 theta. Now our task is to find out the differentiation, first order differentiation, right? So that means if I apply, it is very clear that I have to apply differentiation with respect to theta. Why? Because this a and b are constants, because as they mentioned in the question. So if I apply differentiation with respect to theta, I will be getting 2ab. Sin 2 theta differentiation will become 2 cos 2 theta. Okay. So after this, what we have to do? We have to equate this to 0 to get the value of theta. That means I will be getting cos 2 theta is equal to 0. So now you see, cos 2 theta is equal to 0 means we have to simplify this to get the answer for theta. So 2 theta equal to 0 means theta should be equal to pi by 2. So obviously theta will become pi by 4. Okay. So theta is equal to pi by 4, but we have to prove that it is the greatest area at this particular point. So let us find the second order differentiation. We have dA by d theta is equal to 4ab cos 2 theta is the function we are having. Now let us try to apply the second order differentiation for this. That means d square a by d theta square, if I do differentiation, minus 4ab, because cos 2 theta differentiation is minus, right? Cos theta differentiation is minus function. So cos 2 theta, if I apply differentiation, I will get minus 2 sin 2 theta. I pull the minus outside. It is very clear that this is less than 0. So obviously area is maximum. So therefore area is maximum when theta is equal to pi by 4, because that is the turning point we got, right? So theta is equal to pi by 4. Now you see, they are asking for find the area of the greatest rectangle. That means they are expecting the value. So what do you have to do now? This is the function for us. A is equal to 2ab sin 2 theta. This is the area of the rectangle inscribed in the ellipse. So that means if I substitute that theta value pi by 4 here, I will be getting my required area of the greatest rectangle. So therefore that area will become 2ab sin 2 into theta we got as in pi by 4. That's what we have a turning point, right? Theta equal to pi by 4. So if you substitute that sin 2 into pi by 4 with sin 90, that value will be 1. So area is equal to 2ab. This is how you have to find out the area of the rectangles inscribed in the ellipse, right? So the only point you have to remember here is, whenever you are having any, it may be anything, it may be a rectangle, it may be triangle inscribed in an ellipse or a circle or parabola also. The point you have to remember is mainly what is the parametric equation and what is the value of a square. Sometimes what they will do, they will give you constants here. Then you have to substitute value of a as a constant. So you just have to get the points or the vertices correctly and then use the appropriate formula. Area of a rectangle is L into B. This will be my function. Always you have to apply differentiation with respect to theta only, because The remaining terms A and B will be given in the question only. Another reason for taking this is whatever you are going to measure the area, that will always come in terms of A and B only. So that means the values of A and B are already mentioned in the question. So you no need to think of, you no need to get confused with respect to what variable I have to apply the differentiation. Right? Now let us see another interesting question. Now see what they are saying. Find the area of an isosceles triangle inscribed in an ellipse x square by 25 plus y square by 16 with its vertex at one end of the major axis. Find the maximum area of isosceles triangle. Maximum area of isosceles triangle inscribed in the ellipse x square by 25 plus y square by 16 is equal to 1, comma, with its vertex. This is the important condition that we have to focus. With its vertex at one end of major axis. With its vertex at one end of major axis. See here, this, understand this part. With its vertex at one end of the major axis, they are saying. So first thing you should know where is the major axis, and before that we should compare it with the standard form of the equation, and you will get the A value and B value. So A square equal to 25 means A value 5, B square equal to 16 means B is equal to 4. So that means X is equal to 5 cos theta, Y is equal to 4 sin theta. These are the required parametric form for us, because in the previous question you were given with the constants A and B, but here they had given you the number, so I can replace that numbers here. X equal to 5 cos theta, Y equal to 4 sin theta, it will become. Now you see here, you are having an isosceles an ellipse with you whose major axis is obviously along the x-axis. Now what they are saying, with its vertex at one end of the major axis. So if this is the major axis end points, they are saying that one vertex of the isosceles triangle is coinciding with the major axis end point. So that means from here I have to form a triangle like this. This is A, B and C. This is origin. Right? So it is not necessary that B and C I have to place here, because the condition that they had given is one of the vertex should be at the end of the major axis. If you want, you can place this BC even in the second and third quadrant also, still you will be getting the same answer. There won't be any change in the answer. Okay. So according to the question, if I write the parametric form, this is on x-axis. A point is on the x-axis. On x-axis, point will become 5, 0. Why? Because you see in the previous example I showed you where I placed the theta, somewhere here angle theta. Now you see, when this particular point P come to this point end of the major axis, what will happen? Theta will completely down to the x-axis. So that means theta is becoming 0. Theta becoming 0 means substitute theta value 0 here, you will get 5 into 1. That's how this point is nothing but 5, 0. Now you see this B vertex is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, the point can be considered as in 5 cos theta, 4 sin theta, because both are positive. Come to C. This is in fourth quadrant, 5 cos theta, minus 4 sin theta. This is C vertex. Now you see, we learned in our class 11 this OA length from O 0, 0 to 5, 0. You can say that OA is equal to 5 units, correct? So if I place a point D here, D coordinates will become, D is the point on the x-axis. On the x-axis means for sure Y value should be 0. And this D is passing through the line BC, which is parallel to the y-axis. Parallel to the y-axis means x coordinate will become 5 cos theta. Because this is 5 cos theta, this is also 5 cos theta, and as BC is passing through D, even D coordinate should be 5 cos theta. As it is on the x-axis, Y value is becoming 0, right? Now, can you tell me what is the value of AD? A coordinate is 5, 0. D coordinate is 5 cos theta, 0. So obviously AD distance will become 5 minus 5 cos theta. And BC distance, BC is nothing but 5 cos theta, it will become 0. You will get 8 sin theta here. So what is the need for me to find all this? You see in this question, they are talking about the maximum area of an isosceles triangle. So we don't know which two sides are equal, but area of any triangle, the formula will always be half into base into height. So you see here, in this triangle ABC, area is equal to half into base is BC, height is AD. That is the reason why I am calculating these values. So you can see here, half into BC is 8 sin theta into AD is 5 can be taken common, 5 into 1 minus cos theta. Okay. So again, as I told you before itself, you are having the only trigonometric function theta here. I mean, the parameter here is theta. With respect to what, you have to apply the differentiation. So if you just observe here further, capital A is equal to half into here 4 times, it will become 4 5 is 20 sin theta into 1 minus cos theta is my required function for which I have to apply the differentiation, right? So now let us make an attempt to apply the differentiation. For this, it's a very clearly UV rule. So dA by d theta will become 20 is a constant. I will keep sin theta as it is. 1 minus cos theta differentiation will become sin theta, because one derivative is 0. Cos theta differentiation is minus sin theta. Already minus is there, so it will become plus sin theta. Second term will be plus 1 minus cos theta I will keep as it is, and then sin theta differentiation will become cos theta. So finally we are getting this as a 20 into sin square theta plus cos theta minus cos square theta. This is the value we are getting. Okay. So let us simplify this further by converting everything into single trigonometric function. Sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos square theta. So 1 minus cos square theta plus cos theta and then minus cos square theta. On further simplification, you are getting 20 into minus 2 cos square theta plus cos theta plus 1. Right? So after this, what we will do generally, we will equate the value of first order differentiation to 0 to find the value of the variable. So let us equate dA by d theta to 0 and let us see what we are going to get. dA by d theta is equal to 20 into minus 2 cos square theta plus cos theta plus 1 is equal to 0. So simplify this further, I will be getting minus 2 cos square theta plus cos theta plus 1 is equal to 0. It's a quadratic equation now in terms of cos theta. So let us simplify this. Minus 2 cos square theta, this can be written as plus 2 cos theta minus cos theta plus 1 is equal to 0. So on further simplification here, if I take 2 cos theta as a common, I will get minus cos theta plus 1. Here from plus 1, I will get minus cos theta plus 1. So you will be getting two solutions here, that is cos theta is equal to minus 1 by 2 and cos theta is equal to plus 1. So now you should be very clear here. Before eliminating any particular value, you should have a valid reason for that, why we are eliminating so and so value. You see here, cos theta equal to minus 1 by 2 and 1 degree 1 means cos theta value should be 120 and 180. Why? Because cos 120, cos of 90 plus 30, it will become minus sin 30, that's how minus half. Now you see, this theta is nothing but, this is what theta we are saying, right? Now what is happening, theta you are getting 180 degree. Now theta 180 degree means this point P has to reach to this particular point, because the difference between 0 and 180 degrees is shift from the positive towards to the negative side. If you move, then it will make a shift of 180 degree. But if you just observe in the figure, we had taken triangle only in the Q1 and Q4. There is no scope for placing the theta at this particular point. Then when you place this point at this particular thing, then you won't get a triangle at all. So that's how I am eliminating the theta is equal to 180 degree. So you should be very conscious in eliminating why we are eliminating a particular value of theta. So the possible answer is only theta equal to 120 degree. But we have to prove that it is the maximum area, right? So let us apply second order differentiation. dA by d theta is equal to 20 into minus 2 cos square theta plus cos theta plus 1. This is what dA by d theta we got. So let us apply second order differentiation here. d square A by d theta square is equal to 20 into, now you see here, minus 2 cos square theta. If you apply the differentiation, minus 2 into 2 cos theta differentiation is minus sin theta you will get, plus cos theta differentiation is minus sin theta. Okay, now you just observe here, on further simplification, minus into minus will become plus, so 20 times of 4 cos theta sin theta and then minus sin theta we are having. Okay, so now you see sin theta is positive in the first quarter, in the Q2, because theta is 120 means that belongs to Q2. Sin theta is positive, cos theta is negative, sin theta is positive again. So that means this whole term will become negative for the simple reason cos theta is negative in Q2. Sin theta is positive, but because of this negative, entire term will become negative. So that's how this value will be less than 0, which implies that area is maximum when theta is equal to 120 degree. So if you remember, when we deal with the increasing and decreasing function, I told you very clearly that whenever you are having trigonometric functions involved, try to think from the quadrant point of view, that will make your work simple. This is what I told you specifically. That's why here, though I won't calculate as I thought from the quadrant point of view, my calculation is becoming simple. Now theta equal to 120, but you have to find the maximum area. So value you have to find out. In the starting we wrote A is equal to 20 into sin theta into 1 minus cos theta. Let us substitute theta with 120. So 20 sin 120 into 1 minus cos 120. So sin 120 means sin of 90 plus 30, you will get cos 30. And even this is 1 minus cos 120 means minus of sin 30. So minus of minus will become plus sin 30. So this is 20. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. So 20 into root 3 by 2 into 3 by 2. So this is for 5 times. 5 into 3. 15 root 3 square units is the area of maximum area of an isosceles triangle. So you just observe here, in this entire process, the only concentration that we did is at the finding the value of an area of a triangle, and then we applied differentiation, and then we should be very conscious in eliminating a particular value of theta. Please don't be in your opinion that always we have to eliminate the negative values, especially when the trigonometric function is involved. Please think from the angle point of view, which angle has to be eliminated. Right? Hope you enjoy this video. If you have any doubt, you can just post in the comment section. That doubt will be clarified in the next class. Thank you for watching.